Hello and welcome to Renewable English. Today is lesson 2 and we will be talking all about waterways today. So just before we get going, let's have a look here. Say hi in the chat box if you're there. Feel free. Let's just have a quick look. Remember, you can follow us on various social medias with at Renewable English. Obviously you're here, so the YouTube page is Renewable English, and you can find everything in a handy one-stop shop, renewableenglish.com. So how about we turn some light on because it is getting pretty dark in here. It's a really cloudy day today and it's pretty rainy, so for us on the waterways theme, it's a good one today. I hope everybody's okay. Feel free to chuck your names in the chat box and say hello. But we're going to start, as always, with our vocabulary. For those of you who are new, this is Renewable English, the climate change awareness course, which is completely free with all of the materials that you can grab from the website. There's a worksheet there, and if you follow us on Instagram, you'll be able to see throughout the week different bits and pieces related to water waste. You may or may not have seen our live event, which happened on Tuesday, which was a bit of poetry all about water waste. And we'll have a look at that a bit later on. See if anybody else can come up with some haikus. So today, the vocabulary, some very important vocabulary today that we're going to be looking at here. The one at the top there, is drip. Drip. A drip is when one little drop of water comes out. It often happens with a broken tap and it drips bit by bit, day by day, increasing the amount of water that is being wasted. A leak is a bit more serious usually. It's kind of usually a crack in something where the water comes out of that. And the pipes are the thing that the water travels along. If you've got a leak in your pipes, then you've got yourself a serious problem. We're also going to talk here about a drain. A drain is where the water goes in the end. So if you have a look at the plug hole, which is when you look in your sink, where the water all goes down, that's your plug hole, and it goes down the drain. So the plug hole is the thing that you can block up with what we call a plug. And a water butt is what is filling right now outside my house in the rain. I know that Nanny Shirley, who you'll hear more from later, has some full water butts, and it looks a little bit like this. Oh no, I'm a butt face. Did I just say that out loud? So that is a water butt. Now, feel free in the chat. I'd like to know how many different things you can think of that use water around your house. How many different things can you think of that use water? I'll start you off here. I'm going to chuck into the chat box something we use that uses water, a dishwasher. What else can you think of that uses water around the house? What do you think? Any ideas? It's all me there in the chat box. Watering your plants, very good. Watering your plants, so maybe you're using a watering can that you've got the water from the tap, perhaps. Thank you very much there, T. Watering your plants. The shower, absolutely. When you brush your teeth, so you're using the tap, your shower, very good. Excellent. All sorts of different things. Now we're going to have a look at a few different appliances around the house that use water and see if you guys can guess what they are. So you can see there's been some expert photography here. Let's have a look up there. in the top corner. Which water using house appliance is this? Chuck it in the chat. It's the loo. Very nice. The loo or the toilet. Absolutely fantastic. And then this one here, we can see. Feel free to throw in whatever you recognise. So we've got the other 5 as well. I'm going to reveal the first one because we got it right. The toilet, of course. You can also call it a loo. Do you recognise any of these other fantastic items around the house that may or may not have been photographed while I was in a popular Swedish furniture store? However, one of those is in my own house, I must admit. Anything else there? Don't be shy. I will be giving you a nice slow reveal as we get through. Let's check it out then. There we go. We've got the hose at the bottom left. Very good. There is a hose. There's me looking very manly whilst wrapped up in the hose. You can see the bathtub. Thank you very much. I've just put bath there, but bathtub is also absolutely right. Something I try and do is have a shower as often as possible and avoid using the bath. But if I do use the bath, I get a bucket, I use the water from that, and I use it to help me flush the toilet. So I've said shower there, which is something that I hope we're all using on a fairly regular basis, but not for too long. And there's a couple more. The two that they go pretty much hand in hand, to be honest. We've got the tap, which of course you can have in the kitchen or you can have in the bathroom as well. You can even have an outdoor tap if you do have a garden. And of course, my least favourite place in the entire house, the sink, the kitchen sink. I don't mind the bathroom sink or wash basin as it's also called, but the kitchen sink is not a place I like to stand. And as you saw with the hose pipe, you must always be very careful because accidents do often happen. Just be careful when you're looking down the barrel of a hose pipe. So we're going to move on to one of our features of the lesson, something that is on our Instagram page. Every Wednesday we share an infographic and it is our Unfun Facts. So we're going to have a look at some unfun facts and then we're going to ask some questions if they're true or false. Now last week the guys at Kids Can couldn't hear because the volume wasn't quite high enough. So I'm hoping that I've fixed that issue and we can hear these unfun facts. Unfun Facts! Over 95% of the water we use at home goes straight down the plug hole. That's like watching 9.5 hours of YouTube adverts just to watch a half-an-hour video. If you leave the tap on while you're brushing your teeth, you can waste up to 15 litres of water, which is enough to fill my laundry basket. Every time you flush the toilet, you use about 11 litres of water. So, if it's yellow, leave it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. A leaky tap that drips 1 drip a second for a year uses over 10,000 litres of water. Which is about 20 of these and 100 of these. So there we have it, our unfun facts. Let's have a look and see if we paid close attention to those. Just leave them up on the screen for just a moment for you. Let's check it out and see if you got any of these answers. So the first one there, 95%. Oh, I'm blocking that out there as it's in white. 95% of the water we use at home goes down the plug hole. There we go. I'll highlight it with my beard so you can see all of the words. What do we think? Is it true? Or is it false? What do you reckon? It's absolutely shockingly true. Thank you very much. Fact number 2. Let's do the beard highlight again. Leaving the tap on while you brush your teeth wastes about 15 litres of water. 15 litres. I'm going to give this one away for you now. It's another one that I'm afraid is rather shockingly true. The next one. 1 flush of the toilet uses 5 litres of water. Now, I must clarify here. Very good, kids can. 1 flush of the toilet, it does depend on the toilet. It's not 100% that every single one uses 11 litres, but on average, a toilet uses about 11 litres. So maybe you've got one of those bags or a half flush, so you can reduce the amount of water that you're wasting. But in general, we use quite a lot more. And the last one there, a tap that drips at 1 litre per second. Here we go. A tap that drips at 1 litre per second wastes about 20 bathtubs full of water. I need to think about my colours for next week, because that one clashes a bit with my shirt. Should have thought ahead. That is false. Again, absolutely. Great work there, kids. It is false. It's about 100 bathtubs full of water, just for one leaky tap. So we will be getting some wonderful tips from Nanny Shirley very soon. It was 20 of the big containers and 100 bathtubs from my trip to Leroy Merlin. It's about 10,000 litres. So let's have a look here again at the... So I was going to show you the infographic again there, but that doesn't say how many bathtubs it is. But I assure you, 100 bathtubs. So we're going to look now. My favourite part of Renewable English has been meeting experts. I've met experts from all sorts of different areas, and it's been really eye-opening for me, and it's really helped me in my quest to become more sustainable. I like to call myself an imperfect environmentalist, because I know that I'm certainly not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But the first person that we're interviewing is somebody who's very, very, very close to my heart. She is a water saving expert. You can find her by just plugging this hashtag into Facebook. Oh, wrong side. I get confused with which hand I need to put where. So we need to be more Shirley. And we're going to watch this interview. There are going to be some questions afterwards. I'm going to flash them up on the screen now so you can pay attention when it's on. What inspired Shirley to start saving water? What are Shirley's top water saving tips? Why did Thames Water give Shirley a call? And what does Shirley think when she hears the rain? So we're going to get Shirley up on the screen now with our interview. Hello and welcome to Renewable English's first special guest, our first expert guest. And we have with us Shirley Cato, who is a water saving expert. What inspired you to start saving water?
I lived in Australia for 3 years, and every property there had a water meter, and I realised how precious water was.
What are your top water saving tips?
Only use the washing machine when you have a full load. Keep a jug of water in the fridge. Try not to buy water from the supermarket. Have a water butt to catch the rainwater for your garden. When you clean your teeth, have a glass of water. Don't do it under a running tap. If you have a tap that drips, put a bowl under it to catch the drips until you can get the washer fixed. Well, if you have a shower, you need to collect the cold water before it runs warm.
Can you tell us about your Thames water fame and how that came about?
Yes. I had a phone call from Thames Water asking if they could come down to discuss water saving and to check my water meter.
What do you think when you hear the rain outside?
Oh, wonderful. My water butts will fill up and I won't have to water the garden or water the pots.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nanny. It's been a real pleasure. It's been great to have you as our first guest, and thanks for sharing your expertise.
You're welcome, Harry. Lovely speaking to you.
So there we go. That was the amazing, the wonderful Shirley Cato, inspiring us to be more Shirley. So let's have a look again at these questions. Hopefully you can see them there on the screen. Let's make them a bit bigger. Bring them into the centre. We don't need to be looking at this ugly mug quite as much, do we? I'll chuck him off over to the corner and we can have a look here. What inspired Nanny Shirley or Shirley Cato to start saving water? Any idea? It all came about when she was in Australia and she could see how precious water was because every house there was on a water meter. So her top water saving tips, by all means you can put these onto your worksheet, which I hope you haven't printed. Her top water saving tips, very good there, living in Australia for 3 years. Excellent. Well done for jumping in there with the answers. Fantastic. Now, can you think of any of these water saving tips that she had? Any of those at all? What do you reckon? Now don't worry, we will be seeing a few of these water saving tips very shortly, he says as he takes a sip. That is water. She has a lot of water saving tips there. Obviously you probably couldn't catch them all, but we will be seeing a few more very shortly and encouraging you guys to make your videos and send them in to us here at Renewable English. Turn off the taps when you brush your teeth. Something I believe you wrote a haiku about yourself, T. Good. Don't use put a jug of water in a fridge so you don't buy it from a supermarket. Very good. Any idea why Thames Water got in touch with her? Do you remember that one? And I do really encourage you guys, again, look for Be More Shirley, and you can see her interview that she had with Thames Water a few years back. If the tap drips, put a bowl under it until it's fixed. Very good. And the key there as well is make sure you get the tap fixed. It is really important. So Thames Water got in touch because her water bill was really low and they wanted to come and get some expert tips from her. And then the last one, what does she think when she hears the rain? Now, I've seen this live before. Once we went shopping and it started raining and she rushed to the car and said, "We have to get home, Harry, because I need you to unblock my drain because my water butt isn't filling up." And she thinks, great, my water butts are going to be full. That's always one of the things she thinks when she hears the rain falling down. Exactly. Number 3 was to discuss water saving. Very good. Kids can. And the last one, as I say, yippee. And she doesn't have to water her plants either. Really good. Okay, so we've gone from Nanny and her top tips. Now, she is probably, I'm not going to say the oldest renewable, but she is the most mature renewable. She's the most experienced renewable. So we're going to go from the most experienced renewable to the youngest renewable of all. And this is my daughter Ali with her water saving tips.
Hi, I'm Ali, and these are my top tips for saving water. Take showers, not baths. And while you're in the shower, listen to your favourite song. And when your favourite song finishes, why not get out? Put a bucket under the shower while it warms up. You can use this water to flush the toilet. If you don't have a water butt, use buckets to catch rainwater. Measure the water when you're making a cup of tea. This also saves electricity. Never leave the tap running when you're washing up. Use a plug or a washing up bowl. I hope you like my water saving tips. Do you have any more? Why not send them in? Bye bye!
So there we go. Oh, it's double me again. I keep getting this. Who needs double me? Let's get rid of that dude. He looks terrible. What's he doing? So that's the water saving tips. We're coming up to an end of the lesson today. I hope you've had some great ideas there where you can make those small steps and make some small changes to help save a bit of water. And before we go, I would like to read the haiku that I did with Dave and encourage you, if you'd like to send in any more haikus about water saving. So I'm going to get double me again to get rid of this guy. And then here it is. Now you can see the fantastic title, not something common in haikus, but this fantastic title did come from Kids Can English School. So thank you guys very much and for your continued support as well. As you know, a haiku has 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second, and then 5 syllables in the final line. So this was the haiku we came up with. This pair of blue jeans cost 7,000 litres, but I look so good. Again, not exactly to do with home water saving, but it is a thought that I like to come up with. From Vanessa, indeed. What an incredible lady. I thought of another one today. So this is thinking about when you're getting ready for your shower. It's getting hotter. Straight down the plug hole for you. What a massive waste. So that was my haiku. I would like to have a look at my planet promise here. As I do my planet promise, I put my hand on my heart. I, Harry Waters, promise to take shorter showers, only use the dishwasher when it's full, and collect as much rainwater as possible. There is no planet B. So think about your planet promise. Tell somebody in your class perhaps. Tell your friends. Or feel free to post it on our Instagram page or in our Facebook group. We're going to have a look now at some of those different options. So there you have Instagram and Facebook. Come on down, say whatever you like, talk about your water sharing stories, or perhaps you want to think about your eating habits, because we're going to be looking at food next week. Feel free to drop your ideas in there. Obviously, the YouTube page, which you all have because you're here right now, and the website as well, where you can get in touch if you'd like to collaborate or you've got any ideas you'd like to share with us. And of course, if you'd like to donate, feel free. This is a completely free course, and it will be completely free forevermore. If you would like to donate, that would be great, but feel absolutely no obligation to do so. And I would like to say thank you very much for those of you that joined, and those of you who are watching back later, thank you as well. That's all there is from me. So I'm going to leave you with our fantastic jingle that was brought to you by Tommy. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along, and I'll see you next week.